Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 41 of our Enigmatica 6 Expert Let's Play series, where today we are doing some more sequenced assembly, diving deeper into PneumaticCraft, and pumping up some black gold. Yeah, we're going to get rich, right? That's how it works. We're going to get diamonds for this, right? Maybe? I don't know. Let's get started. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful rainy day here in the world of TheAndrata, where we're going to start this episode with our general tradition of taking a nap. So today, what we're going to work on is, well, continuing on with our progress into tech. So as you can see, I have a couple things in my inventory here that we're going to work on. And yeah, we got some things. I got some to-dos that we need to work on, work towards and everything and get going. I need these. Okay, cool. So my goal here is to get into, continue into PneumaticCraft and start working on some of these quests. So if we take a look at our computer science, our next steps here are to get a thermopneumatic processing plant and a refinery controller going, as well as a kiln and an engineer's blueprint. And it's all kind of pointing towards this area here, because this requires a thermopneumatic processing plant to be able to craft these things. And yeah, basically go from there. And then we can get into an engineer's workbench, apparently, which I already have. That was the thing that, decided to destroy everything, maybe? No? Or is this just the standard? Yeah, I think that's a standard thing. Anyway, so yeah, and then we can work on getting into plastic, because in order to get the refinery controller, we need to have superheating elements, which require a kiln brick. We have to craft a kiln brick, which requires us to get into some more things and stuff and all that good jazz. So as you can see, I have a few things in my inventory. It has been mentioned to me multiple times in the comments that I really need to start working on getting creosote going, and getting creosote oil, which iron doesn't go in here. This just generates creosote, but it's slow, and that's the issue. So we need to get creosote cooking. And I forgot to bring a few things. I forgot to bring a hopper, so I typed hopper. I'm trying to see okay, stop it. Can we automate this in some way and get the creosote pumped out of this? So we're going to try a few different things here. First off, I know that we can automate this with a hopper, where we can get the coal coke and the coal pushed in and pulled out. So let's get coal, and let's get let's get 256 coal, I guess, and we'll just put that in there and let that process through into the coal coke, and then we can get the coal coke out of it, and we'll grab a chest, and we'll make we're gonna get 3-4. We can get a regular chest, that's fine, and we're gonna do a barrel instead, because barrels are more efficient than chests. You don't have to worry about positioning and stacking and everything, and they have the exact same amount of size or storage, so and they're not much more expensive than a regular chest is to make. Anyway, so we have our coke oven processing. It's doing its thing. And so from a little bit of research that I did, we can automate the input of the coal. If we just put a hopper anywhere and then we put this here, you're going to input coal. Yes, maybe. Once this one finishes, I just want to see that it did. Yes, and it did. 64, and we're down to 63 there. Okay, cool. And then we can automate the output of this. If we go ahead and pop down here, we place our barrel, and I love that this has this little gap here for us to be able to walk through if we crouch. So we can do this, and then we can do this, and then it should output the coal coke into the barrel. Yes, good. So now we can go ahead and close up the hole, and we're good to go. So that is the coal coke and the coal automated, right? So that's going to go in, coal coke's going to come out. Now we just got to worry about the creosote oil, and that's the potentially unknown. I don't know exactly how that's going to work. I did go ahead and make ourselves a fluid cell. Simple recipe. We've done this before. And if you didn't know, hardened glass, which I don't know if I ever mentioned this, it's just nether dust, obsidian, and some sort of sand, and that makes your hardened glass. So fairly simple recipe for that. Nothing too crazy going on there. But to get the creosote oil out, we have to pump this oil out, and I know that it can be done with a immersive engineering fluid pump, but I kind of want to see if it can be done with mechanical pipes, right? Like, can we just pump this out with a mechanical pipe? So I have this fluid tank here that has nothing in it at them, it has some in it, but it's not 100% full. So I wanted to see, like, if I were to set this up here and then get my morphing tool and I set this to extract, will it pull out? Yes, it can. So this will pull out the creosote oil, I don't have to worry about it. So I don't even need this fluid pump, though having a fluid pump would actually be kind of nice for lava pumping from the nether. It's not too difficult to make. The hardest thing is this iron mechanical component, which requires the engineer's workbench and that engineer's blueprint, which is what we're working towards anyway. So I'll leave it on the to-do list, and then maybe we can set up some kind of pumping system from the nether. The problem is we don't have wireless transfer of fluids, so it's not that helpful, but it's helpful enough. Okay, so we know that this works. Let's just go ahead and break this. So if that works, then putting down this fluid cell should work. And then all we have to do is say, hey, you can input on the side. Or that's output, sorry. You can input on the side. And so now coal coke should input into this. And this has a 32 bucket storage. And so what I did, and apparently we can only use 3. I had received 2 of these as a reward, these expanded tank construction, which increases capacity by 4. So I went ahead and made 4 because I thought this would have 4 slots, but it doesn't. It only has 3, and you can't put more than 1 in there. Okay, well, never mind. It can hold 128 buckets now, so that's okay. And then what we could actually do is we could increase storage even more by doing this. I now own this item. Excuse me? I know I own this item. It's mine. Can I don't understand what that means. I pulled this out of my inventory. I now own this item. I know. It's mine. Oh, okay. Apparently I just needed to switch out of bucket mode. It was in bucket mode. But if I place these down around this, I can have this auto output. So we're going to output everywhere. Auto output and auto input. So then that way it will push the creosote out of these into these, which these are 32 buckets each. And I can go ahead and make another one. And then that way we basically have like what? If we get one more, we'll have 256 buckets of storage available to us. And I can even make more of these. The fluid cells really aren't that expensive, but I want to make sure that we have enough creosote oil so that when we get to making the treated wood planks, because we're going to need 10,000 treated wood planks. That's why everybody's been telling me, Andrata, you need to get this started, get this process automated, so that way when the time comes, you're not going to have to sit there and do nothing. But we need 10,000 of these things in order to craft this building materials, and we need quite a few of these in order to get the engineer school project, because we need 1, 2, 3, 4 total of these things. We have to run this through 500 times, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's 1,000. So yeah, anyway, we need a lot of stuff, and that's just for this. There's going to be other stuff. Or how many of these do we need? Engineer school project. Yeah, anyway, we need a lot of stuff. 500 times, that's 4. Yeah, that only seems to be like 5,000, but still. Anyway, the math is there. People have been saying it's 10,000. I'll trust the people in the people's court that we're going to need 10,000 of these. So I'm going to let this run. And then treated wood, by the way, is a whole bucket per 8, right? So we're going to need to do a lot of stuff. And then automating this, I guess 125 millibuckets per some emeralds. We're going to definitely set this guy up. This is going to be a pain to do. Getting buckets in a crafting recipe is annoying. This is probably going to be the easiest way. I don't know. Anyway, we'll figure it out. But we're going to get coal coke out of this, which means we're going to get more steel ultimately. We're getting creosote oil put into these. So 32, 750, and 28. Yep. Okay. Cool. So as you can see here, look, our pressure is full. We're sitting at 4.88 bars here. This is releasing steam because we have that security upgrade inside of here. I did put the other one in here, right? Security upgrade is going to release steam because we're maxed out. We're full. Now, if I were to say that you need a high signal, you're going to start dropping. Is this going to start dropping? That's my question, because we set this up last episode and it's at its max pressure. It's good to go. It looks like we're going to equalize at the 4.88, which is what I wanted to see happen. So we'll keep an eye on this if this drops down anymore, but I don't think it will. I think it's just going to sit at the 4.88, and then that way this thing's not wasting the fuel The liquid compressor is not going to be sitting here like it just was, releasing steam, wasting fuel, and continuing to try and create pressure. Okay. So with that all being said, what else do we have to work on this episode? Well, we need to start working on getting these smoldering lapis lazuli compounds going, which is made inside of a blast furnace with coarse lapis lazuli compound, which is a mixing recipe of such. Now, I don't need terribly too many of these. I believe I'm going to need a total of 4 of them, because the usage of this is going to be to craft kiln bricks, right? So I'm going to run this through, and you can see I already have the setup here for all of these things, and I'm going to run this through our assembly process, and it's going to create kiln bricks. And I need a total of 8 kiln bricks to get the kiln set up. And then in order to make the refinery controller, I need 3 of these superheating elements, each one requiring, so I'm going to have to do a total of 11 really. So I'm gonna have to do this process, and we're gonna end up with 12 total kiln bricks. Now you don't require any kilns, right? Correct. So yeah, it's 12 total that we're gonna end up crafting. So what I need to do is make 3 of these things to get 12 kiln bricks. Make sense? Makes sense. So we're going to go ahead and do this. So let's go ahead back home, because our limiting factor here is going to be ectoplasm. We have some because we were, when we were in Atom, we were farming the wraiths at night just to test out all our gear and stuff like that, which luckily we did that. But we need ectoplasm. And the only way to get ectoplasm is from these Forsaken fish, which comes from a dimensional mine shaft of a Fisher foliate in occultism, or to get a wraith spawner from a pyramid in Atom, and you can capture that, and then you'll be able to farm them, which we don't have yet. Eventually we'll do. I'll probably go try and find another pyramid in between episodes and find it. We won't fight the pharaoh. I'll let you guys watch me fight another pharaoh and everything, but I'll clear the pyramid out and try and find an Atom spawner at least, and maybe get lucky there. But anyway, so we're gonna need a total of 3 of these. So we're gonna need 3 tar, 15 lapis dust, and 10 nether dust. So it was 15 lapis dust. So we're going to need 15 lapis. Nether dust, and I already forgot. It is 6 nether dust. And then 3 ectoplasm. And then we'll need a little bit of coal so we can feed our blaze dude with the coal. So we're going to go ahead and crush up the lapis, and we're going to turn off the auto input here. Actually, you know what? Auto input can stay on because it's just pulling from this chest up and down for now. So that is perfectly a-okay. And we're going to go ahead and speed this up. I really should just keep my time in a bottle on my hotbar. With all the usage I do of it, we got 21 hours in here too, by the way. And then nether quartz. Crush that up. Bam, bam. Nickel dust, I guess. Go ahead and smelt that up. And let's pop over to our factory after we take a nap, and then go ahead and mix these things up. This like stone brick right there is kind of like in the way, and this should mix up fairly quickly, to be honest with you, because we don't have a terribly too, or I mean, we have this thing going pretty fast. So if we throw our tar, do I need to right click this in there? No. Can I just yeet it? Can. Ectoplasm, lapis dust, nether quartz dust, and then I give this some coal. Should be able to do his thing, and it should be fast enough that I don't even need to feed him again. Yeah, look at that. Bam. Coarse lapis lazuli compound. And so then I need to go ahead and make sure all of these guys are turned on. Yes. And we're going to go ahead and make smoldering lapis lazuli compound, which means we need to put this in our blast furnace. I forgot about that step. And we're going to kind of sort of speed this up. So how did we do this before? If I remember correctly, I need to give it coal coke, which luckily we have. So you're going to go there. I need to cook these things. And I tick accelerated it by having a grass block, which I don't have on me, because I tick accelerated the grass block, and that made it go faster. I like making things go faster, Let's grab a dirt block. You can see my mess when I was destruction gadgeting, by the way. And then we're going to set this to a range of uno. Grab that. And then we got to go back up top. And then we're going to do this. Bust into this guy. And then we're going to swap out for our immersive hammer. Okay. And then we're going to place the grass block. We are going to tick accelerate the grass block. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. Go faster. Yeah, look at that. That's the way to do it. Because that was tick accelerated 16 times, and look how fast this machine is. It's not fast at all. So yeah, this is definitely a process. If we need more of these, which we are going to need one for this, so I didn't think about that. We're going to end up needing another one to make these upgrade matrices. And then what are these upgrade matrices? Matrices used for? A lot of things. All the PneumaticCraft upgrades, essentially, and in an alloy kiln. Oh, and variable cards, scuba upgrades. A little bit of a starlight crafting for a terrestrial agglomeration plate for Botania. So yeah, we're going to definitely need more of these. But for now, it's okay. At least we know the process, and I can kind of kick them off in between episodes if needed. They weren't too expensive, again, other than the ectoplasm. So we need to go ahead and get our stuff sorted out here. So it is... like that? No. You are going to make kiln bricks. It is 3. Yeah, like that. There we go. I don't know why I made that so complicated, but you're going to do that. You're going to do that. You're going to do that. You're that. You're that. And you're going to get turned off. Or you're already off. Okay, you're going to get turned on. Okay. So they are all ready to go. And then all we got to do is go ahead and throw our smoldering in here. And look how fast they're going to go through. They're so fast, the weighted ejector can't keep up. It's hilarious to watch. Oh, man. And then they're going to end up getting yeeted around because I forgot to add the filter to this. And that's okay. We can go ahead and add the kiln bricks to the filter. Go ahead and pop it back in. And if we shut these off... lever, 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 lever. They should all move once I clear up the queue. There we go. And they're all going to end up in there. Cool. So now we got our kiln going. And we can set this up here next to our immersive engineering structures. And the kiln is an odd structure. It's only a 8x8. So it's something like this. And then we just need to immersive engineering the corner. There we go. And now we have a small little alloy kiln. And we have extra kiln bricks, like I said, for our refinery controller that we're going to need with our superheating elements. So I need to go ahead and craft all this stuff, which is an electrum coil block, which is MV wire coil, which is electrum wire. Luckily, we can get electrum wire in our system there. So let's go ahead and pop home. And I should have, yeah, I was going to say, I should have plenty of electrum. So if I go ahead and pop this all into the multi-servo press, but not the gear plate, and we tick accelerate that, we can then get the wire press and then turn all that into wire. That's the setup. Bam. Okay, 2 stacks of wire. Let's go ahead and put the gear press away. Signalum gears can go away, and there's electrum wire. So what are we going to need for this? We are going to need a total of 3 electrum coil blocks, which is going to be 9 or 8 wire coils, which is going to be this. So we're just going to need, like, you know, that many. It's going to give me 40. Let's do another 40. Sure. Remember, if you need it, make a bunch of them. Let's see. We did this. I'm going to keep that on our to-do list because we're going to need more. And what am I making now? The refinery controller. Yes. Okay. So then we're going to need to do this. And I'm going to need 1, 2, 3 of these. And it's 3 per, isn't it? So I'm going to need a total of 9. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can only make 10. Haha. Good to know. There we go. All that can go away for next time we're going to need it. Heat sinks are going to be this recipe. We're going to need a total of 9 of these. So can I do 10? Iron bar is not found. That's easily solvable. Bam, bam. 10? 4. I need more compressed iron. Guess what I have? More compressed iron. Because we have a villager. Oh, look, I have iron mechanical components. I can make a fluid pump. I don't even need to worry about it right now. So I need 5 more of these. Oh, that's not what I intended. Well, that's okay. Good thing to know. I can make, a bunch of these. If needed, if ever needed, we have the ability to craft a bunch of those. And then that is that. And then we just need heat pipes. So I'm going to need a total of 6 of these. Ah, figures. I have to recompress the iron. Oh, thermal lagging. What is this? Forged glass panes black and gray rock wool. I can make the gray rock wool fairly easy, right? I just need gray dye. Gray. I have a lot of light gray dye, but I don't think I have much gray. How about bone meal? How am I doing on my bone meal? Not the greatest in the world, to be honest with you. Woo-wee. Let me tell you, this thermal lagging here is quite expensive. It requires, for your reference, 3 gray rock wool and 6 stained glass panes, black by the way, to create 1 thermal lagging. And in order to make the heat pipes, you need you need 6 thermal lagging. It's quite pricey. Yeah, just throwing that out there. That's a little, if you don't have that ready, go ahead and make yourself a bunch of stuff because it's expensive. Can I just have a regular recipe here, please? Mainly it's the dye. The dye is the most expensive part for this thing, but luckily it'll create 6 heat pipes, which is exactly what we're going to need to create the refinery controller so we can get the superheating elements. We should be able to do 3 of these once I put the kiln bricks in here. 3 of these. Sweet. So that's 3 superheating elements. And then we just need some reinforced bricks, a small fluid tank, which we might be able to do. Basic fluid tank not found. Okay. Easy enough. And actually, you know what? I needed to request another one of these for the another. Sure, let's get 2 for our creosote so it can hold, we can have 4 around our thing. So that's going to be that, which means we can now get this. I should have the hardened glass, yes. And then basic mechanical pipe. We'll just make some more. It doesn't hurt to have the extra. And yes. Superheating element. Did I use? I must have used all my reinforced bricks, didn't I? I did. We need concrete, light concrete powder. Let's just grab that much. Luckily, we have still some molten compressed iron stuck in this, which is going to be a problem when we need to actually do something with this machine. But for now, it's okay. And I can go up to 16x on this and be okay with power. As soon as I go to 32, I start running out of power. And yeah, but for this craft, we're going to be okay. Bam, that'll make us the reinforced bricks that we're going to need. And there we go. And so now we should be good to make our refinery controller. Dun, 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 dun. And then we're going to need to get ourselves 4 refinery outputs as well, because we need, to be able to output stuff. Let's go ahead into, what is this mod? PneumaticCraft, and see what are we missing so we can start getting rewards. I need a bucket of crude oil. So let's get a bucket, because maybe some of these rewards will help speed us along. And we're going to need more than one. bucket ultimately of this. And you know what? This is where that pump is going to actually come in handy. Fluid pipes. Can we set this up to pump out the crude oil into a like if we pumped it out into one of these fluid tanks? Can we do that? We need a lever, and I don't know if this requires power. It does have a power slot on it, but I don't know if it actually needs the power or if it's just pretending that it needs power. We'll put the bucket here. I need my takeoff book. We're going to take a look at our map. If we head to the north, we have some crude oil just floating around over here. The oil magnets would love to just have crude oil just sitting right here without having any, you know, any work to do. So if I were to place this fluid pump, and I honestly don't know how this fluid pump works, but if I were to place it here, facing side, no connection. Bam. Fluid input, fluid output. Okay, so this is the output slot. So if I were to put a tank here, do I need to break this block and then give you ye old lever? Do it. You probably want power, don't you? Let's take a look in the book. The guide that I was looking at for automating the blast furnace showed this not needing power, but it probably does need power. Where in the world would I find this? This is not the most intuitive book, by the way. Fluid reservoirs, pump jack, that's not what I want. That generates crude oil, simple machines, fluid. I got fluid transport and fluid router, but not fluid pump. Tools? No. Power wires and generator? No. Construction? No. Overview and resources? There's the coke oven. Crafting components, metal plates, graphite shaders. All right, give me a second. Okay, we are back, and looking at the interwebs does say that you need to have a some power if you're going to be pumping fluid. So I went ahead and quick made a Stirling dynamo. Really not that expensive of a recipe. If we take a look at the recipe, that's it. Can't believe it took us, you know, it was so hard to make this before. But if we go ahead and do this, then maybe now we'll get a crude oil. I would like for you to do the thing. Do I need to put it like, does it need to be in line with the liquid that I want to pump? Or do I need to set the front to an input? Like, or do I need to do something to the bottom? Fluid input. Okay. Input. Input. Output. Let's try placing it in the lava or in the water. The liquid. Whatever the heck this thing is called. What if I did this? Put you here. You're the output side. You're going to go there. You are... Yeah, you're going to allow input both all sides. Okay. And then we're going to hook up a power cable just because I'm too lazy to move that down. We're going to do this. And then it needs a redstone signal. I feel like I'm going to be getting rid of a source block here if I do that. But yeah, you're not going to work. Bruh, how does this work? And why don't you want to work? There's got to be something to this. This is immersive engineering in its finest, because it's not the most intuitive of mods to use, and I'm not 100% sure how the heck this works. Just want to look at the bottom of this. Like, does this have a input on the bottom? Do I need to? Yeah, look, input, no connection, input, output. Bruh, like, can you just please work? Be right back again. Okay, finally. Geez, I had to kickstart it for some reason. So you got to have this in the liquid. I needed to get a redstone signal, but putting a block there worked. Let's switch this out so it quit swapping. And then, yeah, you have output side, input sides around, and then, yeah, it worked. But I had to kickstart it by putting crude oil in here initially with one of these fluid tanks. It did not want to work until I did that itself. Or maybe this has an internal buffer. I have no idea, but it's working now. It's doing the thing. So we're getting crude oil pumped in here, which is good. That's what I wanted because we're going to need that for our refinery. So next episode, what we're going to do. Oh, my mouse is going a little crazy here. Excuse me, sir. Hello. So what we need to do is get these refinery outputs, which I'll make. I just need to get more reinforced bricks. It's not terribly too difficult, just some more tanks and everything. So I'll get 4 of these guys going, and then we'll be able to continue on with our quests. But our quests are going to be rare PNC loot, and then our refinery is going to require us to get more of those. So yeah, basically that's where we're at. Gas lift can be used to pump up fluids from the world. Oh, interesting. Place it above a source block of any fluid, insert drill pipes, and provide air. The pipes will extend down to a source, and then the lift will attempt to pull all nearby connected blocks. That's kind of nice, but it requires us to get pressure into this, which is kind of sort of annoying. So we're not going to go that route. But yeah, we have 2 full tanks here. I'm going to go ahead and just leave this here because we have more available to us, and then we can always come back and get more crude oil and just pump it out as needed. Oh, look, and it's converting it over to cobblestone, which is great. But yeah, anyway, that's going to be it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.